Welcome back to Crypto Talk. We're going to discuss AVAX Price and what I think that the AVAX Price will do in the short term and also longer term as we move further into the crypto bull run. Now, it's very important that you understand before I share my screen with you, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to invest in AVAX just because I am optimistic and just because I think that AVAX Price will appreciate a lot, and I'll share with you how much I think it will appreciate when we see a strong bull run, but also very short term. Just because I think that doesn't mean that I'll be correct. So you have to proceed at your own risk if you choose to proceed. You are responsible for anything that you do in your life. No matter if you choose to act or if you choose to not act, you're responsible. So don't put blame on me or anyone else, okay? Take responsibility, take accountability. And if you're not willing to do that, then do not even proceed. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to invest. So with that being said, let me share my screen with you, and I will show you what I think the AVAX price will do, and I'll show you also some ideas as to why I think the AVAX price will do this. All right, here we are, Coin Market Cap, one of the crypto websites where you can essentially find any sort of data that you want on pretty much all cryptos. I'm going to show you what AVAX has been doing short term, and then we're also going to look at some all-time highs, the market cap quickly, and then what I think it'll do in the very near short term, and then also what I think we're going to see with AVAX in the kind of longer term crypto bull run, as I mentioned. So in the past day, AVAX is down almost 7%. We are seeing, at the time of me making this video right now, a little bit of a drop in the crypto market. So, you know, the crypto market has been green in the last couple of months, and we haven't really seen any sort of a pullback other than occasionally small pullbacks, but nothing, you know, really major, which we typically see in crypto markets all the time. So whether or not we're going to be in a little bit more of a downtrend for a little bit, I don't know. It's possible, but it's also possible that this is just right before kind of this ETF stuff approval. People maybe being afraid that, okay, if the ETF was to not get approved, would we see a drop off? So maybe people are selling off because they want to take some profits. Maybe also people are afraid that if it does get approved, we're going to see a drop in price. And again, maybe they're just selling off because of fear. So whatever the reason is for the market decline right now, it's simple. In my opinion, we haven't really seen much of a pullback. And if if you think that the crypto market will do well into 2024, possibly into 2025, depending on when that bull run comes, I think it's going to be 2024. Then personally, if I'm invested, I'm holding my tokens. Now, I'm not investing money that, I cannot afford to, eat, live, sleep, whatever, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, right? So you have to be calculated, but you have to understand this is risk. So just because we're seeing a slide in the market a little bit right now at the time of me filming this video, it depends on when you're watching this video. Of course, this could already have changed. Because the crypto market does move a lot, but just because we're seeing that does not mean that things aren't going to move to the upside soon. It also doesn't mean that it's not going to continue to slide a little bit. So essentially, you got to decide for yourself what you want to do at your own risk and proceed from there. So, anyways, let's keep going here. 7 days, we are down on AVAX 10.32%. On the 1 month chart, AVAX is still up 61%. On the 1 year chart, AVAX is up 203%. And on the all chart, it shows 681, but let's not even really look at the all because, the all goes way back here to 2020. And we're going to look at the all later on for some of the things as to what I think AVAX will do in kind of the strong crypto bull run, should we see that. The main thing that I want to look at here with AVAX is the 1 year. And I'll show you why I think that AVAX price will actually double very soon on the very short-term framework. So viewing it in a very short-term lens, I'm talking like a month to 2 months. Possibly even within the next couple of weeks. And now this would happen, obviously, if we see a reversal in the market and the market was to strongly go the other direction. Because when you see here with AVAX, think of this here with August. So this was August, and we're going into October here. So August to October was kind of the lowest for AVAX in 2023. Of course, bear market times. Now, we had around October, November, December, we started to see a lot of bullish momentum in the crypto market as a whole, which you can obviously see in this chart here in terms of how much AVAX has appreciated. So let's see right here. You can see that the AVAX price here was at like $9, just a little bit over $9. This was around mid-October. It's had this one spike here all the way to $22, okay? So that is literally a double plus from $9, okay? That was in the span of a month, okay? Keep that in mind. A little bit of a drop off, okay? Now, it went down to $20, and then look at this. This was this drop off here, was November 21. And then it went on this tear right here. 21 to 47, again, more than a double, okay? So keep this in mind. Now, what are we seeing? We're seeing another drop off, okay? 21, obviously, or sorry, we were over 40, we're 48 here, and then 49, let's see, 49. I just want to get a sense for the date. Okay, 48 around Christmas time, 2023. And now look at this. We're seeing a drop. Currently, it's dropped down to 36. Will it continue to drop more? If things continue to slide a little bit, I'm sure it's going to drop some more. If things were to reverse, which could happen at any moment, then of course it's going to boom. And I think if it reverses and we see a boom, then what's going to happen is AVAX is going to do another double very, very quickly. So I think personally, in the short term, once we see this kind of slide ease off, and I'm not quite sure exactly when that's going to be. Like I said, this is all for me, just speculation. I'm just making assumptions. This is just my ideas, my assumptions. Feel free to do with it what you want. But I personally think that right now we're seeing some slide. And when I say right now, it means at the time of me filming this video. So depending on when you're watching this video, this could have already changed. But essentially, I think we're seeing a slide right now because we're approaching that ETF approval thing. There's news around it. It's going to get approved, not going to get approved, right? And all this stuff can fuel whether people decide to sell off or not, because people already that have got in the market here, they've already got good gains here, right? So now they might be a little bit afraid. They might be afraid, oh, well, I got good gains. But what if the market's going to drop? Or, oh, the market hasn't dropped yet. What's going to happen, right? So they might sell off. So I personally think that's why we're seeing more of a slide right now. And in all honesty, we haven't seen much of a slide. And in every bull market, we see that slide anyways. We always see 20, 30, maybe even 40% dip before we go on the real tear. And so this could be that time. So whether or not you want to wait a little bit more, see if it slides some more, that is up to you. But you're risking possibly missing out on it turning very quickly and going fast to the upside. I cannot tell you exactly what it's going to do, but for myself, I'm positioned in the market and I'm staying in the market. If the market slides a little bit, that is fine. I think that long term, the market is going to do well. It's going to be a strong market long term. And that is what I'm banking on. And at the end of the day, I'm risking money that if it does decrease, like I said, I don't have to sell it off because I would need the money, etc. Right? So you have to be calculated with your risks that you take in the crypto market and look at it long term enough that can help you make entry point decisions. But with that being said, I think when we see a reversal of this, once we see a reversal of this, AVAX will double very, very quickly. And I'll show you why I think that is going to be the case, okay? Because when you look at, actually, as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to pull up another tab on coin market cap here. And I'm going to pull up Solana. And what AVAX has been doing, essentially, AVAX has been following Solana. Now, it does not mean that it's going to continue to follow Solana, but it's been following Solana. And every single time it follows Solana, it makes me think that, hey, it's probably going to follow Solana again. So this is going to be interesting because I'll show you something and we'll look at the dates roughly, okay? So let's go on the 1 year to Solana here. Let's see here. Okay, AVAX down here, October 18. October 18 to, what do we got here? Mid-November was its first spike, okay? Let's see when are we having Solana's first spike. And my internet connection here is a little bit slow, so my apologies for the delay with Solana loading. Thanks for bearing with me, okay? Solana, okay? The first kind of spike for Solana, mid-October, okay? Mid-November. A couple days later, AVAX followed, okay? The second drive for Solana. Let's say we go down here to this dip, okay? November 21, boom, massive spike, Christmas time. AVAX, let's see, take this dip, November 21, boom, massive spike, Christmas time. So what we're going to see is we're going to see another spike to the upside. What's interesting is Solana is ahead of AVAX. And so if you look at what I mean by ahead in terms of percentage, in the last year, Solana has pumped 636%. AVAX in comparison has pumped 204%. So Solana is over 400% ahead of AVAX. Now, doesn't mean that AVAX will pump the same amount as Solana, but essentially AVAX is behind in terms of the percentage when I'm comparing it to Solana. So I think that AVAX will go on another tear, and it'll do a tear that'll probably catch up to Solana around this range. What's going to happen is probably Solana is going to go on a tear, and then AVAX is going to follow it with conviction. Solana might go, 8. Of course, it was already at 8, 9 here, at its peak, right? It's just dipping now. But Solana's probably going to hit 1,000+%. And then I think AVAX is going to shoot up to around 600 some percent. Now, again, I could be wrong. This is, again, the percentage I'm talking on the year. And I think that if we are thinking price-wise, let's say AVAX was to go 35. Okay, let's say it dipped to 35. Even if you think it dips to 30. If AVAX was to dip to 30 and it reverses, I think it's going to be at 60 in no time, even 70, possibly 80. And when I say no time, it happens quick, in the span of like a week, maybe even 2 weeks at most. So once AVAX starts to go, like I said, I think it's going to double very, very quickly in the short term. Now, this is just me simply thinking that this is going to happen based on how it's done it in the past. I've been watching AVAX a long time. I've been investing in AVAX and also in Solana, and I've been watching how they mimic each other. And, it doesn't mean that it's going to continue, but they've done it so many times that, for me, I'm willing to, utilize that influence and say, hey, it's probably going to do it again. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm correct, but I'm just using kind of data and historical data, whether short-term or long-term, to make those decisions. Now, I'm going to show you very quickly on AVAX the all-time high, and then we're going to get into what I think AVAX is going to do over the long term should we see a strong crypto bull run. So right now with AVAX, the all-time high for AVAX was November 21, 2021. That was around kind of the tail end of the 2021 bull run, 146.18. So AVAX is down 75% right now still from its all-time high. If we look at what do we think AVAX could possibly do from its current price, okay? I think AVAX is going to surpass its all-time high simply because AVAX has grown a lot. AVAX is getting a lot more attention. It's got a lot more eyes on it. And so naturally, in that sense, I think more money will flow into AVAX in this bull run than the prior bull run. I think that Solana is still going to outperform AVAX in terms of price per SOL. As AVAX may outperform Solana from here in terms of percentage possible. I could be wrong. Solana certainly has a lot of potential, lots of hype behind it, and Solana will certainly continue to see a lot of money flowing into it. But the AVAX is kind of like the Solana tag along. And I think that AVAX is going to do tremendously well over the course of the long term. If you ask me what I think that AVAX is going to do should we see a strong crypto bull run, and again, I could be completely wrong. I'm just making this assumption. I'm just making a guess, okay? So that's all it is. I think personally, AVAX could hit 300, okay? And maybe on the high end, 400. That's me being like really, really optimistic, okay? So if you think about this, the way I kind of view this is AVAX was close to 150 last time. And I think that AVAX certainly will see decent growth when we see a strong crypto bull run. Of course, we have to see that. And I think what we're going to see is AVAX double literally from its all-time high. And, on the high end, 400. So I personally think that 300 is probably more likely, 200 to 300 probably more likely than 400, but again, I could be completely wrong. For sure, I think 300 is very possible. And the other thing that I'm using to make these decisions is also looking at prior history for other platforms. So for example, something like Ethereum. If you look at Ethereum, Ethereum went, from where it started, 2017, nice little boom. And then in 2021, Ethereum had kind of its major outbreak, okay? So essentially, I'm looking at AVAX right now as 2021 was kind of its first little boom. And this bull run, this upcoming bull run could be its major outbreak, right? If it does have a major outbreak, then of course it could surpass 300-400, which I'm kind of thinking that it will. So I'm still being on the relatively kind of how would you say, conservative side of things, saying, hey, I think it's going to be 200 at minimum. That's going to be around $50 past its last all-time high in terms of a price per AVAX coin. And on the high end, like I said, 400, but somewhere in the middle, I think 300 is more of a aim that I'm kind of looking for AVAX myself personally. Now, again, does not mean that I'm going to be correct. I'm simply sharing this with you because I think it's a great opportunity. Does not mean that AVAX will not continue to slide. Does not mean that we're not going to see a reversal in the market at least short term before we see a strong, momentum to the upside. We're going to see. We're going to have to find out. At the end of the day, remember, it's all on you if you choose to take risk. If you take action or not, it's still on you. If you take action and you get in and you make money, good for you. But if you get in and you lose money, it's not good, but it's also on you. If you don't take any action, well, then you already know your results. You're not going to make any money in terms of from your investments, right? So, if you're not going to do anything, you already know what you're getting. If you're willing to risk, then what I encourage you to do is, identify some projects that you think would have a lot of upside that have not pumped a crazy amount yet. And the reason I say that is because, for example, Solana has pumped 600 some percent already. I mean, it was at 800 some, but now it's dropped down to like 600 some. So if we are to see a reversal in the market, the tokens that haven't pumped as much yet, but that still have a lot of hype and potential behind them, if we see a reversal in the market short term, these tokens aren't going to drop off as much as tokens that have pumped a lot. More than likely, tokens that have pumped a lot are going to drop off more than tokens that haven't. So essentially, by getting into tokens that have a lot of hype, and ideally also they're valuable, they have use case within the crypto world, ideally you get into these tokens that haven't pumped as much. You have not only more upside when these tokens will pump in a strong crypto market, but you also have less risk in the sense that if the market is to reverse short term, you will likely see less of a drop off in these tokens from a percentage standpoint. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. And again, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm simply here, like I said, to share with you opportunity. I do this for myself as a way to identify things that have a high upside so that I can get in and I can exit. And there are ups and downs, right? So you have to understand that. And at times when you invest, your amount will be down. And then at times it's going to be up. But you have to stay with your conviction, what it is that you're convicted that this thing will do. And you have to ride those waves, those up and down waves, and then determine when it's time to exit and sell off so that you can get that money, because that's the point of this all, is to multiply our wealth. Okay, I hope you found this video valuable. If you do want to trade cryptos, hundreds of thousands of different cryptos completely free, then go ahead and use the first link in the description and sign up for the MEXC crypto exchange. When you sign up for MEXC, you can literally fund a spot account and trade hundreds of thousands of cryptos completely free. They're not going to charge you to buy and sell cryptos like most other platforms charge ridiculous high rates to buy and sell. So with MEXC, first link in the description, when you trade inside a spot account, you can trade hundreds of thousands of different cryptos completely free. You can buy and sell them without a cost. Now, with that said, if you do use MEXC, I encourage you to not have all your funds on one exchange, because we do know that in history has shown us that some exchanges over time, some are shady, some are not, right? So while I trust MEXC, for example, in 2022 when FTX collapsed, anybody that would have had funds on FTX, I'm sure they're working to recover some of those funds, etc. They would have lost their funds. So when you have your funds in a crypto exchange, keep that in mind, that just because the crypto exchange is doing good right now doesn't mean that it's going to continue to do good forever. So I encourage you to essentially spread your crypto around. How can you do this? Well, via the second link in the description, you can get access to a cold storage wallet. This is known by many people to be one of the safest ways to store your crypto. This is a ledger wallet. You can literally click that link, check out the wallets that they offer, and essentially when you buy your crypto, you can store them offline and then you can sell it whenever you want to using a ledger wallet. That's, again, like I said, one of the safest ways for most people to store their own crypto, where essentially you're literally taking your crypto offline and you're owning it as opposed to having it on an exchange. Okay. Now, the other alternative to that is, of course, spreading your crypto around to different decentralized exchanges or to also centralized exchanges. Centralized exchanges are simple exchanges that there is a middle person involved. Just like you could think of, for example, the bank. Okay, so for example, MEXC is a centralized exchange, Crypto.com and Coinbase are all centralized exchanges. In this case, these people or these entities, these companies, they essentially, when you put your funds onto the platform, they're like the middle person. And if you were to forget your, let's say, password, you could reach out to them and reset your password and get back into your account. But to a degree, they have control over your money. Even though it's your money or your crypto, you have it on their platform. So you see what I'm saying here is, if you have it on an exchange, you want to spread it around. Now, the alternative to that is where you have a little bit more control, is to use a decentralized service. Decentralized service, there's essentially no middle person. But the downside to decentralized, if you have some trouble with, let's say, forgetting things. Things like on a decentralized service, when you're using a decentralized wallet, something like, for example, MetaMask and Trust Wallet are very popular decentralized wallets. When you use these services, there is no middle person. So if you forget your password or your wallet address for whatever reason, or you forget your 12-word key recovery phrases, then you're never going to be able to get back into your wallet again. Now, this is an easy problem to solve. When you sign up for a decentralized wallet, whether Trust Wallet, MetaMask, like I said, those are two most popular ones, then what you will do is you will write down what your wallet address is somewhere, not in your phone or computer, because if you lose that, then how are you going to find it? On a piece of paper or in a book somewhere, or in multiple pieces of paper or book that you can literally store it somewhere secure, where it's safe, where nobody will know where it is except you or maybe one other person that you really, really trust. And then essentially what you're going to do is write down your wallet address, write down your password, and write down your 12-word key recovery phrases for your wallet and or wallets. If you ever forget what it is, then you can go to your piece of paper or your book, and you can literally use that info to log into your decentralized wallet from any device. Okay, that is what I recommend that you do, so you never ever get into a situation where you have crypto on a decentralized wallet and you forget what your password is, or you don't know your 12-word recovery phrases, or you don't even know your wallet address. You know what I mean? So you have to make sure that you take responsibility for that, because you have nobody to go to if you were to forget what your password is. It's one thing also worth mentioning with these decentralized wallets. If you choose to go that route and you were to ever participate in pre-sales or airdrops, these are common ways, common things in crypto, for example, that you can get into projects that are super, super low price per token. And these super low price tokens are attractive because they have a lot of upside if they succeed. What you would have to do in a lot of cases to claim your tokens, you would have to, or even to buy your pre-sale tokens, you would have to connect your either MetaMask or Trust Wallet or whichever wallet you're using through to this website, to this third party, to be able to make a purchase of pre-sale tokens, for example, to be able to, once these tokens are available, claim them. So I'll give you an example. I bought ChimpZ, which is a project that was in the pre-sale. At the time of me filming this video, ChimpZ is about to launch, but I bought ChimpZ a long time ago. Because ChimpZ is not yet launched, what I had to do was I had to go to the ChimpZ website, the official ChimpZ website. I had to connect my wallet to the website so that I can make the purchase. And now when I go to claim my tokens, I have to go to the website, connect my wallet, and claim the tokens there. So what I'm trying to say here is you have to make sure that if you ever do this process for tokens that are in pre-sale or to claim airdrop tokens, you have to make sure that you never, ever, ever give anyone access to your 12-word key recovery phrases. Because sometimes in the crypto world, you will have these things pop up, say, oh, claim your tokens. And all you have to do to claim your tokens is put your 12-word key recovery phrases in here for your wallet. Okay, you will never, ever have to do that. Because if you ever get asked to do that and you do that, essentially you're giving a third-party access to your wallet, and they will be able to go in and steal all of your crypto that you have in that wallet. So be mindful of this. Be very careful with this. This can sound overwhelming. It can be maybe a little bit advanced if you're very new to crypto. So don't stress yourself too much over it. Essentially, all I'm trying to say here is if you ever get into a situation where somebody says, hey, you can get these tokens, or hey, to claim your token, you have to enter your 12-word key, 12-word recovery phrase here. Never ever do that, because you will never ever ever have to do that anywhere except for if you literally forget what your password is. You can enter it. Let's say if you have Trust Wallet or MetaMask, you'll be able to enter it right through that application. Never ever give access to that to any third party on any website, anywhere, under any circumstances. Because like I said, if you do, they will have access to your wallet, and any crypto you have in there, they can steal it. So it's worth, taking the time to learn more about how this stuff works. It's worth taking the time to set up multiple wallets so that you can send your crypto to different wallets. And remember, just make sure you have your information safe and secure somewhere that you know how to get back into these wallets if you were to ever forget, or if you were to ever lose your device or devices, so that you could log into your wallet from a new device. Essentially, you're in charge here and you have to take control of that. Okay, so with that being said, I hope all this makes sense. I appreciate you for tuning in. Like the video if you found value in this. Comment any thoughts or questions you have. If you have any other cryptos you want me to make videos about, leave them in the comments below so I can make videos on them coming up soon. And subscribe to the Crypto Talk channel if you haven't already, so that you never miss out on future Crypto Talk videos. Appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. Hey, let's get this money. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.